Hi everybody, it's Abigail Aqua here and welcome back to another WIP and Chat. Now if you're new here, WIP stands for Work in Progress. Now if you're here last week, I am still working on Sneaky Cat. I haven't actually touched it since my last WIP and Chat because I basically have not felt like diamond painting. I have been in a massive cross stitch kick. I have been working on one of my Disney cross stitch samplers because I have a goddaughter that is due in December, so I have been getting my butt in gear with that. So yeah, there are a few things, you know, that I need to talk about this week. This is basically my weekly video where I just basically tell you what has been going on and everything. So, how's your week going? I hope yours is going really well. No, mine's going okay. Mine's going okay. There we go. I'll be honest, mine is going okay. So there has been some stuff going on. So I'm trying to think where I will start because I can't really remember days. I've still got massive brain fog at the moment from COVID. Hopefully this video will be longer than last week's. I can't remember how long last week's was, but I know it wasn't. I know I didn't get to the full hour. I think it was like, I'm trying to think, I think it was like 43 minutes or something. I mean, I didn't even get close to 50 minutes, which is normally my earliest cut off time, but that was just because I really could not remember anything. So right, I guess I should probably get into this. This kit is from Diamond Art Club. So is this pen. However, this pen is discontinued. Is there anything else that I need to pop in? No, I don't think so. But yeah, no, like normal, everything that I use will be linked down below. So this week, oh gosh, I guess I should probably start on a serious note. So I work in a cinema. If you're new here, for those who didn't know, I work in a cinema for a very well-known cinema chain, and there's a reason that I'm starting with this bit first. So there has been a trend going round on TikTok where large groups of teenagers, I'm not just going to say boys, I know a majority is boys, but there are probably some girls that are doing it too. So I'm just gonna say teenagers because I think, you know, that's more inclusive. So we have been getting teenagers and young, there is a trend going around on TikTok where teenagers and young adults have been coming in to see the new Minions film, Rise of Gru, and they're all dressed in suits. And this thing that's going round involves them going into the cinema, purchasing their ticket, and going in and basically causing as much chaos and disruption to staff and customers as much as they can, basically. And they're basically getting up, cheering, clapping, making all sorts of noise, throwing stuff, etc., etc. Because they think it's fun. But it's not. It is not fun. because they are all going to the extreme with this, to the point that they are deliberately getting themselves kicked out, and also, you know, obviously spoiling the film for families, etc., that have young children, and yeah, and all that fun stuff. So at the cinema that I work at, we haven't had it too bad. I think it was Friday, we did have to call, like Friday evening, I think they did have to call the police on a group of teenagers because they were dressed in suits and causing absolute chaos. And yeah, people are actually getting arrested for this. It is getting quite bad. Like I say, they are doing everything they can to effectively get kicked out of the screen. I heard a story from somebody that used to work at the cinema that I work at. They work at a cinema in, where is it? Worthing? Yeah, it's in Worthing. And they have had it really bad down there. They had a group of teenagers come in for, obviously, Minions, and they were causing all sorts of disruption, to the point that a woman had to leave with her baby, and they thought it was a good idea to throw stuff at this lady and her baby. And also there was a situation this week in the UK at a cinema in Guernsey, which is like the Channel Islands, where a person came in dressed in a suit. I believe this was only one person, I'm not sure. Where they came in dressed as a suit, and they caused criminal damage to the cinema. So, yeah, if you have kids that are saying, oh yeah, we're going in dressed as suits, please try and discourage them, because with the way this shocking trend is going, they're going to be kicking out teenagers that are just dressed in suits. I know there's like some fashion trend going on, because I did warn a couple of teenagers that were dressed in, because a couple of teenagers were warned and they were like, oh no, we're not here to like do that, we're just doing it as a fashion trend. So unfortunately, if that is a thing, I won't be surprised if sort of before too long, basically management are going to turn to us and be like, yeah, don't let any like teenagers in suits, because it's getting to boiling point. So on Saturday, one of our managers, I had a big group of boys, and I was sort of, I think it was about half an hour before I finished. We had a big group of boys come in suits, and excuse me, initially I do apologise, I'm really sorry. There we go. Right. So, initially, our manager, James, was like, yeah, don't let them in. He actually said to one of our staff, cancel their order, they're not going in. And they hadn't even ordered anything yet. And they were about to go in, and he was initially going to refuse them to even see the film. Now, the dad did not like that. There was a dad with them, but he was just like dropping them off. And he and James got in a massive argument, like going, look, there is this really, about this, you know, obviously this really stupid trend that's going around. And, you know, James is going, you know, you have to look at it, you know, okay, so if you're in my shoes, you get a big group of kids, this trend's going around, what are you going to do? Because it's like, you know, like I say, we have already had to call police and stuff. But it's just, honestly, it is getting out of hand. It's really, really getting out of hand. In the end, he did agree to give them a chance. The dad, I think, demanded, like, names and stuff from, like, James's name, I think, off the top of my head. And then he put a lovely comment on Rant and Rave. So I'm now taking over like the Rant and Rave. So Rant and Rave is basically where customers get a chance to basically share their experience. And this guy, you know, he really went off on one. And he was saying, oh yeah, the young duty manager was overzealous. And yes, I will agree that my manager, he could have handled that very, very differently. Very differently. You know, he could have been like, look, I will give them a chance, but they're out. And so, yeah. But I don't know if they misbehaved, but he did say that he would be calling the police if they did misbehave, obviously. So, yeah, I don't know what happened with that group. I'm hoping they behaved, but I don't know. I'm not going to speculate either. So yeah, that is that. So yeah, if you have like kids that are planning to go to the cinema and, you know, do this trend, please don't, because it really is a massive hassle for us, and obviously it ruins all of our customers' cinema experience if there are a few selfish people, you know, going out of their way to try and deliberately get kicked out. And this is the thing, because of how bad it's got, we've said, look, you will be kicked out, you will not be given a refund or anything. So yeah, if they try to sort of argue for a refund, we'll be like, yeah, no, you guys aren't getting a refund. But yeah, it was just, yeah. Hopefully within the next few weeks this craze is going to die down, but I don't know. I think it's going to probably get a lot worse before it gets better. So yeah, you know, if you're planning, you know, to even watch like Minions with your family, if you know, there are people, you know, if you see teenagers in suits and they start making, you know, a disruption, I know it's not the best thing to, like, I know a lot of people don't like to come out and complain because they want to watch the film. However, I beg you to please come out and tell someone, because if you leave it till the end of the film, we can't do anything. We cannot do a thing. It's like the film to watch. We can't deal with the situation there and then, because if your local cinema, you know, has any sort of, you know, respect respectability, I will say. They will go and they will pull that group out and they will ask them to leave. And, you know, you may get comps, you know, anything can happen, you know. But it's, yeah, just make sure that, you know, you're that people, that if there's any sort of chaos or trouble in the screen, so if sort of people start throwing popcorn, you know, just come out and tell someone and they will ask them to leave. Normally what will happen is they'll get a warning first, but I think with this whole thing it's just we give them a warning before they go in, and then when the film starts, if they're really misbehaving, goodbye Sunny Jim, you're out. So yeah, just don't be afraid to tell someone about what's going on. You know, if you know it's upsetting your kids, then obviously, you know, we can either swap you to a different showing, or like you say, but we will probably, but most likely your local cinema will ask the lads to leave. But anyway, that's all I'm going to say on this whole stupid minion thing. Because it's, yeah. We're just, yeah. There we go. Right. There we go. I've said that. I've spoken about that. So, next thing. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm even saying this. So, at the company that I work for, I've been there 5 years. And through these 5 years, I have seen a lot of cleaning companies, you know, get fired. However, this takes the biscuit. So I was doing my admin last Thursday, and we get a call from our regional manager. And he's just like, you know, initially he was asking for Ben. I was like, oh, Ben's not here, I'm afraid. But would you like to speak to James? Because James was in that day. And so he was like, oh, yeah, sure. So I passed it over, and, you know, I was doing my work. But the gist of the conversation I got was him asking for CCTV because somebody had been stealing stuff from the cinema. And it was like, oh my gosh, okay, that's pretty serious. Because the last stock count they did, which was last Tuesday, I want to say, the person that so our managers like rotate areas, as it were. So there's like retail, HR, and AV. So AV is like projectors and stuff. HR is obviously like rotors and stuff, and then retail is obviously like ordering all the stuff. So, they did the stock count, and they found that they were down quite a bit of stock. You know, it's normal for us to be slightly down on some things, because obviously, you know, shrinkage and stuff, things do disappear. However, the amount of shrinkage was a little tad ridiculous from what I can understand. And they were thinking, okay, where's all this stuff gone? Well, Dan, who is now gone on to HR, who used to be the retail manager, he went and checked the cleaner's cupboard. And he found one of our massive tubs of ice cream that we put out in the dipping cabinet. And it's like, oh my gosh, what the heck? So obviously this was reported saying, look, we've got thieving cleaners. And they were like going back over the CCTV because it wasn't just ice cream they were stealing. They were stealing packets of sweets as well as pick a mix and drinks. And it's like, oh my gosh. Look, now we've had thieving cleaners before, but never to this scale. You know, normally it's like they'll find that the packets of sweets are missing. You know, the odd one or two, you know, we're not going to really worry about. But when it's like a whole load, that's when it's like, okay, this is a little bit worrying. And yeah, it turned out to be the supervisor. Now, we started to panic because we were like, well, what do we do? The supervisor of the cleaners, his wife, like, it's a husband and wife team. So we were like, oh my gosh, we're going to lose them both. Because obviously they would have to suspend this cleaner, the cleaning supervisor. We have got a new one starting, I think, fairly soon. I know they're definitely interviewing for a new cleaning supervisor. But yeah, they were like... But yeah, we thought we were going to lose them both. So yeah, we're currently having to clean screens at the end of the night. So we're having to sweep and pick up the rubbish. But yeah, we're trying to think of a plan to go forward. Because yeah, the people that we have, they are, you know, some of them can only work a couple of hours because of their age. But yeah, it's like a whole hot mess. And it's, oh, like I say, I've known it bad, but never this bad. So yeah, I kind of do feel relief we didn't lose the wife. But when I've been in the office, when I've been doing my admin and the supervisor's like asked me to do something, I have turned around to him in the past and say, no, I don't work for you. I work for the cinema. So no, you cannot tell me what to do. And there was always something about this supervisor that made me feel really, really uncomfortable. And I don't know what it is. I've always had this sense of people. Always had this sense of people where it's like, I'll be like, I don't like you, but I don't know why I don't like you. And yeah, I'm just very sensitive to people like that. So yeah, that's like the tea from the cinema. It's like, oh my gosh. It's just, oh, it's chaos. It's just absolute chaos. I mean, who in their right mind would think I'm gonna steal and think we're not gonna notice? It's like ridiculous. Because I mean, I must admit, I had noticed like there was something going on with the ice cream, because I thought we're getting through tubs, you know, really quick. But I thought, oh, it's the hot weather, so of course we're getting through loads of tubs. But oh my god, oh, it's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, I just, ugh, I can't even. I just can't even process it properly. I really can't. And just like, yep, no, this is happening. Honestly, the crazy things that happen at work is like, ugh. I mean, of course, COVID is doing the rounds of the team. You know, people are slowly starting to recover, but yeah, I can tell you, I definitely do not want COVID. Again, that was not fun. I'm hoping I'm sounding a lot better than like last week, because I can tell you, last week trying to record while I was like really ill and nasally was not fun. Hold on, where's that? Not. Aha! It's because there's a knobbly bit, that's why. A knobbly bit? Ah, that's why. Okay, that's fine. But it's just, oh, it's just bizarre that some people would think they can get away with anything. They think that just because they work at a place, they're entitled to nick, like, their stock. Sorry, that's not how this works. And, you know, as a result of the ice cream going missing, we were told, you know, with the ice cream going missing, it was like, yeah, we can't get it for another couple of weeks. And it's like, oh my gosh. So it makes me think that, you know, oh, we just had an ice cream order and they decided to, I just can't. It's like, even thinking about it, it's just making me mad. The fact that we most likely had just had an ice cream order that week and they decided that they were going to nick a whole load of ice cream. It's just bonkers how people think that they can it's just bonkers of how people think that they can just take stuff and not think there are going to be consequences. It's mind-blowing. Sometimes things like that really are mind-blowing. Yeah. But anyway, that's all that. What else? Yeah, no, last Wednesday, I had my Zoom with Rachel Ray Crafts. And yeah, that was really fun. It was just, for most of it, it was just me and her, which was, you know, it was quite nice, but it was like really weird because it was like, oh, this is crazy. But no, it was like, I felt a little bit nervous, you know, with it just being me and her. You know, I often feel a little bit, you know, nervous, and I know I shouldn't because I know Rachel. I mean, hell, we're friends on Pokemon Go, and I need to give her my friend code for the Switch so we can, like, visit each other's islands. It's like, honestly, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And mine's just like, dong, mind blown. But, oh, I just can't right now. I'm like, yeah, no, it was a really good, you know, Zoom chat. There were some personal things that were brought up. I'm not going to mention them because it's not mine to share. And, you know, at the end of the day, she is just a regular human. She doesn't need all her crafty business blasted out on the internet. It's just like me. I mean, there are things that I don't talk about on the internet, you know, because I don't want everyone knowing my business. You know, it's just, yeah, we've also got our contracts for our wedding photographer. So one of them works with us, and then the other one is like a friend that works with this person. They are a professional business. So yeah, no. At some point we will be going back to our wedding venue at Amberley Castle. Well, that's going to be like the reception area, because the theme of my wedding is Lord of the Rings themed. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, I'm gonna probably like next month or something, I'm gonna probably be like, Josh, we need to get our butts in gear and order our rings. I mean, like next month or something. My bridesmaid's dress is gonna be ready for the first fitting, so I'm probably gonna take my best friend Robin to that. Oh, there's an orbally bit. I haven't got a trash pot at the moment, so therefore I am just gonna pop them to the side, and then when I get a trash pot, because I need to do my post review for my Galaxy Tiger, and then I will because after I've done my post review for my Galaxy Tiger, which I'll probably shoot on Saturday, because I'm off on Saturday, haha, I will empty that, put it in the trash drill pot, and then go, and I will probably go and put that trash pot, because I know I'm definitely going to be using this tilt, because this is a very big canvas. I think, well, I know there are other things, I'm just trying to think. I'm just being conscious of the time as well, because I know that Mum's probably going to call lunch soon. Yeah, like I say, I've been playing a lot of well, going on the topic of the Nintendo Switch, I have been playing a lot of Animal Crossing lately. I go through like phases with Animal Crossing, where there are sometimes I just really want to play it, and then there are other times where I'm just like, I really can't be bothered to play it. So yeah, I'm currently in a massive Animal Crossing kick. Because normally what happens is it's like I go through a massive kick, and then I get bored, because it's like there are certain things that it's like, because possibly I've like got everything in that month or in that season, and then I'm like, I really don't want to do this. So then I just go, nyeh. And then, yeah. And so then I'll go off it for like 4 or 5 months and make all my villagers really upset. I haven't lost anyone yet, which I'm shocked about. I am shook about. Yeah. But I do need to get some more villagers, in all fairness. I need to get some more villagers, in all fairness. So, because I think I've got about 6 or something. I know I haven't got like loads, but I've got a decent amount. However, it's like trying to find space for everyone on my little island, which is really stupid. I'm probably gonna have to like expand things, most likely, which I know is a thing. I know I can expand. There might be sort of certain places that I just reserve for sort of, so I'm really bad at explaining stuff, that I reserve for like trees and stuff, and then everywhere else I have like houses and stuff. I really haven't really thought about like Animal Crossing. I'm strange like that. I don't think a whole load. It's bizarre. I'm really bizarre. I don't think sort of about everything. Oh, my camera is about to die, so I am just going to very quickly pop this. I'm going to very quickly stop this video. Right, there we go. I'm back. So yeah, I was talking about Animal Crossing. So always when I go for Animal Crossing, I always make sure I have a certain like thing that I want to do. So I'm like, okay, this is how much I want to do. This is what I want to do in this session. So I'll be like, right, I want to go and do a whole load of fishing and get a whole load of creatures. Or, yeah, I'll just be like, you know, I'm just gonna run around and visit islands and stuff. What else was that? I'm gonna go back to, when was it? Was it Thursday? I think it was Thursday. Yeah, it was Thursday. I know it was Friday because it was the day before Robin's wedding. So on Friday I was doing my regular admin stuff. Josh was doing like his AV stuff. However, that turned into a handyman. Well, technically it's like AV/handyman that he does now. And he did all these chairs, which was hot and sweaty work, and I mean he was literally sweating. And then the person that was meant to be popping that day called in sick because they had COVID. So they were like, Josh, you need to pop. And he'd said that's really not the best idea with what I've been doing. But yeah, James didn't care, so yeah, Josh had to pop. I went to get something and he was like looking really hot. And I was like, Josh, are you alright? And I kid you not, he looked like he was about to faint. And I was like, oh my gosh, no, this is not okay. So I then went and got James and was like, look, look, I need someone to take a look at Josh. He is about to faint. So they went and had a look, and yeah, they got someone else to do the popping. Josh actually had to go home because of how bad he was. So yeah, that was fun. Then after work I actually went and did Robin's nails. Because like I say, it was like her second wedding on Saturday. I was the only member of my family that was there. Because Mum had COVID, and because they haven't been able to send Dad home, my dad has been in a care home and he's actually coming home this afternoon. So yeah, it is going to get noisy again. Woohoo! I'm so looking forward to it. No, I love my dad to pieces. I really do. I really love my no, I really do love my dad to pieces, but sometimes it's like, Dad, can you just not. I mean, me and my dad, we do clash a lot. But that's just purely like the age gap and stuff. So, you know, things like that happen. And it's fine. But yeah, so like I say, a few weeks ago, my dad had a stroke. He had his stroke just before I gave everybody in the house COVID. So my dad was very lucky that he dodged a bullet with that, because I would not want to have given my dad COVID. That would have been like a nightmare. So yeah, he has been in a care home for the last like week and a half. And now, sorry, Mum is probably gonna have to go and pick him up. And then, yeah, calm, peace and tranquility will be shattered. So I can tell you, the first thing my dad will do when he gets home is he will turn the telly on. And then that will be on all day until he goes to bed at whatever time he decides to go to bed. Yeah, I mean, like I say, I haven't seen him in like a week and well, actually probably nearer 2 weeks, but yeah. So yeah, we'll probably, and I'm recording this next week, you'll probably hear carers about the time that I'm recording, so yeah, that'll be fun. Originally I was going to record this yesterday, but I was just like, I can't be bothered to. I'm just going to enjoy my day off, so yeah. Anything else? I'm pretty sure there was something else in my head. Oh yes, that was it. Yeah, we had a very interesting talk over oh, I was going to talk about Robin's wedding, wasn't I? So yeah, Robin's wedding, it was really nice. So Robin's parents have a massive back garden, and they had like the celebration for all their friends and family in the back garden this year. Because obviously due to the pandemic, they could only have a handful of people present for when they actually got married. So yeah, this was like the sort of the thing that the big party they wanted that they couldn't have last year. And yeah, it was a really nice day. It's like the fact that I was the only member of my family there was a little bit ugh. However, there was kind of like groups that formed, so all of Robin's dad's children all sort of formed about him, and then it was like there were the young people, so there was me, a few people from school, and Robin's friend Sean, I think it was, who owns a dog grooming business. Yeah, so there was that. There was an adorable little baby that I got to have cuddles with. Yeah, I was also, you know, put on my toes with Dexter. He's not quite running or walking yet, not quite, but I don't think it's going to be long, because he is really getting those strong leg muscles. He is building them up. So yeah, when he starts walking and running, he is going to be a little tinker. But yeah, he was, oh, it was lovely. It was just such a lovely day. Robin's dad, like, officiated the service. So yeah, that was fun. And then they were like, yeah, they're gonna read their vows. And there was like a little pause, and as a joke I yelled, "I object." So I know what everyone's thinking, oh my gosh, you did not object at your best friend's wedding. I did, but they were already married, so everybody saw the funny side, and there were like quite a few chuckles and giggles. So yeah, I have objected. But no, Robin and Will are just like the most adorable couple. They are so cute. I love them. And of course, we love Dexy Doodar as well. And I can't wait for my goddaughter to be born. Sorry, Josh is texting me. I should probably have a look at this. Oh no. Oh crap. Sorry. Sorry. So yeah, yeah, no, I can't wait until my goddaughter is born. I can't wait until that happens and I can give them the thing that I'm working on. So again, like I say, I've been in a real cross-stitch kick. I have been mainly working on my Disney cross-stitch sampler for baby, who, like I say, is due in December. And yeah, it's gonna be like, it's just gonna be really nice. Yeah, so I should probably go on to the topic that we were talking about while we were having like tea and stuff after lunch. So we were like talking about all the sort of stuff that is like now frowned upon. So obviously there have been things like the song Love the Way You Lie. Everybody knows that, you know, that song is about, you know, abuse and domestic violence. However, like a few years ago, there was a thing saying, oh, we can't play this anymore. It's you know, it's too bad. Da, 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 da. But it's like, oh my gosh. When it came out, my generation, we all knew what this was about. And, you know, we were like, you know, this is actually sending a really good message to just speak out. And now they're like, yeah, no, can't play that. There was another thing PJ was saying when he was reading the paper. Yes, PJ reads the paper. He was saying that people are now complaining about the TV sitcom Friends because it's too white. Sorry, this was done in a time before all that stuff, so we can't change that now. I mean, like in Shakespearean times, it used to be a thing that white actors would black themselves up to play Othello. You know, in like the 50s, 60s, etc., that was considered okay. It's only fairly recently that that has been considered not okay, and obviously I can see why, you know, that's bad, you know, to blacken yourself up. But yeah, PJ was like making that point of, you know, oh, do you want to like black them up or something? Like edit it and black them up, you know. That would be considered just as bad. There have been other things in the last couple of years. Sorry, my phone is going off. I do apologise. There have been other things in the last... Sorry about that. So, yeah, there have been things in the last couple of years, like people saying that you can't, that with the song Bar Bar Black Sheep. So instead of it being Bar Bar Black Sheep, it's now Bar Bar Rainbow Sheep. It's like, it's basically saying that black isn't a colour. There's also that whole thing of, like, you know, when people have children, of they're not, you know, the mother, she's not, you know, you can't go around saying, oh, you're the mother. It's now birth giver. You can't say chest feeding. Has to be, you can't say breastfeeding anymore. It's chest feeding. And it's like, oh my gosh. And there's all this stuff that's going around that it's like, you know, why? Why do we need to change stuff? Because, you know, it's, breastfeeding isn't, like, offensive because men also have breasts. Yes, true, they can't use them to suckle a baby, but it's like, come on, they technically still have breasts. And it's just kind of some of the like new norms, you know, we were talking about this and saying some of them probably will die out because some of them are pretty are a little bit too much. So, you know, obviously there will be a few that are like, yeah, I'm a birth giver, but it's, to me, if someone tried to force that terminology on me, I would be like, well, that makes it sound like I'm giving my baby up for adoption. And yeah, it just makes it sound like that I've literally just gone there to give birth to a baby and then give it up. And yeah, if, like, say they tried to force this terminology on me, I would say no. I think it needs to be one of those things that they need to ask. You know, are you mum and dad, or are you a birth giver? And, you know, it's just like, what the hell? It's just, some of the stuff is going a little bit too far, I would say, but that's just my opinion. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like it, please hit the like button, consider subscribing, and leave a comment down below. But yeah, anyway, that is all for me. Everything, again, that I've used will be linked in the description below, and also all social media and stuff will be linked down below as well. So yeah, I will see you all later. Take care, everybody. Bye!